Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I hope you are ready for a little play with some Pat McGrath. Yes, we are having a little makeup play date today. So here's the deal. I, just like a lot of people, shopped what we're now calling the glitch sale on the Pat McGrath website. I got a few things and I'm ready to dive in. So I have two palettes here. I have the Mothership II, the Sublime, and the Mothership III Subversive palette. And I wanted to play with one of these today. I put a little poll up on Instagram, which, by the way, if you're not following me and you want a little say on what we play with, I would go ahead and follow over there at KEEPBEAUTYREAL. So I put a poll up asking you what you would like to see. Did you want to see me work with Mothership II or Mothership III? And as usually happens, it was split right down the middle. I waited until the last minute. I've been sort of like just, killing some time, putting on some bronzer, waiting to see if I'd get a few more votes in. But at the time of this filming, it is still 50-50. So here's what I decided to do. Dun 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 dun, drum roll please. We're gonna play with Subversive today. And the reason for this is I feel like this color story is a bit more springy, if you will. We're still technically in spring. It's, mid-May here. And I thought that I would do a day to night look. So if you bought this palette in the glitch sale, or if you bought it in the restock, I know when it first restocked, everybody was excited, they'd been waiting for it. If you bought the palette, you're looking for a little inspo. I thought that this would be a great way to get two looks, and also a way to, have it if you're traveling with it and you're looking for a way to use it, taking it from like a nice day look into something more dramatic for nighttime. That's gonna be what we're doing today. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Like a video using this palette, because that will be coming down the road. So we're gonna dive into this now. If you're not familiar with my history with Pat McGrath, I enjoy some Pat McGrath. I wouldn't say I'm like a super mega, like scream it from the mountaintops kind of fan. I only have one other Mothership. I did get Midnight Sun. I played with that a little bit and I've enjoyed it, but I just could not resist this sale. There are some beautiful shades in these palettes and the sale was just, it was just mind blowing. So I had to snag a few things. So we're going to dive in right now. I am very excited to share with you. I maybe should not have done my makeup first because I did get some pretty good fallout the last time I used a Mothership palette, but I was killing some time. So we're gonna see if you wanna see these looks or if you just wanna see me get fallout all over my face, keep watching. All right, I guess I should have maybe shown this in the intro, but if you haven't seen this palette, here she is in all her glory. This is very, very stunning. I mean, you can see we have a couple lovely shifty shades in here. I'm really excited to dive into this one. As I'd mentioned in the intro, I do think this is a little bit more of a spring palette than the other one, so I'm gonna be excited to do this. Now, you know that I love a good ethereal look. I also love a good deep grungy look, so we'll see how we can kind of transition from one to the other. So we're just going to get started. I haven't really planned this out, to be honest, because again, I was waiting to see which one you guys wanted to see. So I did go ahead and prime my lids. I just have a bit of concealer. It's the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. So to start off with, I'm gonna go through with this shade, Deep Shade. That's this nice brown here, but it looks to have almost like a cool rosy hue to it. Let's see here. I have not swatched any of these. Maybe that's a bit dangerous. Yeah, it does look like it's got like this nice little rosiness to it. So we are going to go through with a Luxie tapered blending brush and just run this through the crease. So I'm trying to concentrate this shade like deep in my crease, and then once I have the shape done, then I'm gonna take a naked brush, if you will, a clean brush, and just buff out that edge so that we get almost like two shades for the price of one. And Lord knows with the price of these palettes normally, unless you did get it during the glitch sale, you really have to make it stretch. Okay, so now I'm just taking the Katie Jane Hughes and Spectrum number 10, and I'm just running this along the edge. I think I'm gonna keep this a bit more of a round shape just for our day look, because then I have more opportunity when it comes to the night look to really like sweep it out. If you know me, you know I almost always do more of like a V'd out or like swept out type of shape. I think that that's what's flattering for my eye shape, but this is gonna give us more potential for drama for our night look, which I like. All right, so there's Deep Shade just blended out. I really like this color. It is like I said, it's this like almost taupey rosy brown, if that makes any sense, but I'm really enjoying this shade. Okay, I think I mean, I could go really like basic and take this Lazarus shade, but that is like, that's just gonna be like, meh. I don't really want it like, you know, I mean, I want it to be daytime appropriate, but not like super nude and neutral. So I think we're gonna go through with Blitz Amethyst. That's this really nice like violety shade, because I have a feeling putting that on the lid, it's gonna be a bit more on the sheer side. And you know what? I'm going in, people. I am going in with my finger. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Kelly. I hate using my fingers on the eyes usually. Well, I hate using my fingers anywhere but to like maybe blend out some cream blush or like tap out a highlighter. That's about it. So I'm going to mostly put this on the center of the lid, and then I'll probably end up just using a brush to get the sides. I just cannot, with my fingernails being so long, like I cannot get the accuracy I want. Like already, I'm regretting my life choices. Hold on, let me grab a brush. Okay, I have to say I really like that this shade has a base that's like a little bit murky and a little bit browny. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if we use it wet, it's going to intensify it a lot, which is not what I want for today's day look. I think for a lot of people, this is already maybe a little like deeper and smokier than what they would do. I love deep and smoky. I will wear anything at any time on any day, but we're gonna try to have a good contrast here. Okay, so you'd have two ways here that you could really go with an inner corner highlight. You could use the shade Skin Show Fever, and that would be a bit more gold. Sorry, I was like testing combos here on the back of my hand. Or you could take the Astral Ghost Orchid and use that for a little bit more of like a glittery effect. So I don't know if you can even see those. I don't think I want the gold just because I'm sort of mapping out what I want to do later. So I think I'm just going to take a wet brush and use that Ghost Orchid and just tap a little on the inner corner. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to be very, very delicate with this. I have this mini flat angled brush from Luxie. I haven't really been using a lot of Luxie lately, but it's what's sort of clean over here. So this one, when I got it, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna use that, but it does work really nicely to push something into the inner corner. I think I got this one in like a trio of brushes in BoxyCharm many moons ago. Oh yeah, that's cute. This, however, is not a shade because it is so like glittery. It's not really a shade I would use as a brow bone highlight if a brow bone highlight is your thing. So if I did want to have a highlight, I would just use whatever highlight I'm using on my face that day. By the way, I don't have any blush on. I also don't have any lips on. I thought I would wait until we're done with the vibe of the look, and then maybe I'll throw something on. So I just wanted to kind of like, wanted to wait it out, just see what we came up with. So now I am just going to do a bit of push liner with the Extreme Black shade. So I'm just gonna put that, like, honestly, right on the outer portion of my lid. So I'm just taking my angled brush and I'm just pushing and shimmying in, like, underneath, but not on my waterline, like underneath, and pushing it into the lash line. So if you come from above, you're basically creating a liner. You're making liner with shadow. If you're doing it from underneath, that's more of the push liner, where you're like pushing it into the base of the lashes, where it doesn't look like liner at all. It just looks like you maybe have like thicker roots of your lashes. All right, I really like that. I do think I want to go back in to deep shade and just hit it a little bit more right where that hits into my crease, just to deepen it up a little bit more. You don't have to do this. I mean, you don't have to do any of this, obviously, but I don't know, I just want a little bit more depth right in the crease. You might be like, whoa, Kelly, this is already my nighttime look. But I really like this. I think that this is really soft. It's colorful without being over the top, which I really enjoy. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some mascara. Now personally, if I want like a very bright-eyed, bushy-tailed look, a lot of times I'll just leave my lower lash line naked just because I feel like it just gives me a brighter look, but I think I might go through with a purple liner in the lower waterline. I'm sure I have one somewhere. I'll be right back. All right, here is our finished day look. I really do enjoy this. I did find a purple pencil, by the way. I went through with the Psychedelic Sister shade from Urban Decay. It's this metallic purpley. It's like a little bit deeper than the color that I have on my lids. So I thought that that went really well, and it just adds enough definition towards the lower lash line that I really like that. I just went through with one coat of mascara. I threw on the Telescopic Carbon Black from L'Oreal, which I really enjoy. I usually do a few coats, like 2 or 3 coats when I just want like stretched out long lashes. But obviously we're gonna be putting more makeup over this, so your girl just had to chill out a little bit. Then I did add a little bit of blush. I went through with this Honest Beauty blush in the shade Peony Pink, mostly because I'm not gonna lie, this is in my deck of panning project this month. So I did want to get a couple more uses out of it, but it really does work well with this look because it's like pink, but not too pink. So I really like this. I did also throw on a gloss. Since we're working with Mama Pat, I just went through with the Lust Gloss in Pale Fire Nectar. I like this one. It has that little bit of a shifty pink that I really enjoy. So I really like this. Again, I think that this is a soft version of a violet look. I think that this is office appropriate if that's something that you feel like you need. Again, being in the beauty industry, I feel like I definitely have a little less pushback as far as like what's quote unquote appropriate, but I also believe that people should be able to wear whatever they want. So this again is our daytime look, and now we're going to go ahead and get into our nighttime look. Okay, so now for our night look. So let's say you were working during the day, or you know, you just had like a brunch to go to and you didn't want to get too glam, but then at night you've got a hot date, or you're taking this on vacation, you want something that makes you feel a little bit polished during the day, but you really want to vamp it up at night. That's going to be what we're going for right now. So first off, I am going to, oh, there are so many pretty colors in here. So first we are going to intensify this purple. I'm kind of tempted to try out this. Nah, I don't want to do that. I still want to keep it like light and vibrant. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet my brush first and use that shade. I've got my little cheater right here. I really wish, I know that it's less sexy, but I really wish that these palettes had the names printed right in the palette. It really annoys me. So we're going to use the shade Blitz Amethyst, again, wet on the lid. And so for this, I'm going to use something that has a bit like flatter brush to it, so that I can really just kind of like pack that on. So I'm going to take the Builder Pro, and we're just going to use a little MAC Fix Plus for this. Again, truly, if you were, wanting this to like last all night, I would probably lay down a little tacky primer or a glitter glue, but I don't really have to care about that. Ooh, yeah. So once I get this on, I'll show you the difference here. Okay, so can you see the intensity difference in this shade? Same shade, just using it wet on this eye versus dry on this eye. Now, obviously I packed it on a good bit, but I mean, wow, that's really pretty. It almost brings out a bit more like indigo shade as opposed to just the like light, like violet on that shade. So I'm gonna do the same on the other eye, of course. Okay, so I did just do the inner 2/3. We are going to layer a different shade on the outer corner, but first I wanna go ahead and go through with VR Pink. That's this like really pretty peachy, pinky duochrome shift. You're gonna love that. I'm taking the same brush, and again, on a damp brush, I'm going to layer that over the top. So I'm gonna do it as my inner corner shade, I think. And then I'm gonna just like bring that over the first, like, let's say third of the lid. We'll see how I feel. But for the inner corner, I do wanna use a different brush. I think, yeah, let's just go ahead. We'll use the same Luxie brush that we used for the Ghost Orchid shade. So just packing that into that inner corner. All right, so now I've got that Sonia G, and I'm just going to layer this over the top. So I'm actually just mostly gonna like pat this over. I don't really want them like blending together necessarily. I really just want this to layer over the top. Okay, I definitely think that these apply best with a finger. I'm gonna see if I'm dexterous enough with my left pinky. And then I am going to take a separate brush. Let's just take this Smith 253 brush, and we're gonna take black metal. That's that like sparkly gunmetal black. I am using this one damp as well, more so to avoid the fallout than to intensify. And we're just gonna lay that over that outer third that I didn't put any of that second coat of the Blitz Amethyst on. So that just gave us that really nice dimension in the outer corners. Now I'm gonna go back into deep shade, and I'm gonna take this up higher into the crease. And then I'm just gonna take that number 10 brush again and kind of whisk this out. So I'm just kind of blending the edge, but then I'm flicking it out to just elongate that shape a bit. I think I want just a little bit more depth with that black metal shade. Just a little more up into the crease. So when I relax my eye, I just want to see a little bit of that depth, because if I go through, like, we have a tendency to sort of like lift our eye to get that skin taut, but my eye does not live like this. Like, thankfully I don't walk around all day looking like this. So I just want it to be relaxed, and then I can see where that needs to hit. And I'm just bringing a little bit of that depth above my little crease and fold. And then again, I always take the brush for the shade above. So I've got that deep shade brush again. And I think I need just a little bit more on this side. Great. I did get a little bit of fallout from that black metal shade, but not too bad. Enough that I could just whisk it away. So now we're gonna have some fun with that beautiful, like, peridot citron green shade. I'm gonna throw that on the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna do it damp, again, just to kind of avoid fallout. Yeah, I think that's gonna be great. If you don't love like contrasting shades, you could go through with Night Creature. That's that like deeper, kind of like amethysty shade, but I like a good contrast. So I will say with Gigabyte, that beautiful like grungy green gold, if you blend it out a lot, you will start to see mostly the murky undertone of the like base of the shade, which I was ready for like a little grungy under eye. Like, this to me is very much like, I mean, I don't go to a dance club like ever, but I really like this. This is like sexy date night makeup for me. So I really enjoy this. I'm definitely gonna put on way more mascara. I think I might add a bit brighter lip liner to kind of blend into this gloss, just to like amp it up a little bit. I'll be right back with the finished look. All right, definitely feeling this. Oh, hello baby hairs. This ponytail, it was a cute perky pony and now it's like a pony. Anyway, this makeup is leaning a little like late 80s super vibe. I don't even know what that means, but I like this. I think it's the lip that, like, if you didn't have the bright lip on and you went with a nude, maybe it wouldn't be quite so like whoa, but this is very Technicolor, but I really like it. You'll have to let me know. By the way, what I did was I just smushed in a little bit of the Haus Labs Rip Lip Liner in the shade Carve. So I literally just like put it right over the gloss, kind of smeared them together, and you're good to go. So this again is really just meant to be a real life update. Like, if you just had these products, a little more mascara, of course, I did put on more mascara, and then, you know, just a palette. And it's like, okay, this is what I need. I need to get a day and a night look out of it. I think you could definitely do it. So I hope you enjoyed getting to see this. You'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments. All right, lovelies, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this play date with Pat McGrath and I. I still have the like little like plastic on this. I haven't taken it off yet, but I just wanted to give you some thoughts, my thoughts on this palette. So for this, we used every shade but Skin Show Fever and Lazarus. Do I have Lazarus in another palette? I feel like I have Lazarus in another palette. I don't know if it's in another one of the Motherships or if it's in one of the Mothership Megas. That could be. It definitely seems like a familiar shade. Anyway, so that's not bad. That's not bad, only having two of these that we didn't use. I could have chucked them in here, but really I just wanted to go for the color. Are you shocked? Probably not. Oh, I missed one more. I didn't use Night Creature, which, I mean, looks like a very pretty shade. It's that like nice, like deep plummy shade. I totally could have like added this in. I could have used it on like the outer lower lash line, but I just really like this grungy green. Here is the thing. I don't think that there is anything in this palette that I can't already dupe out in my collection, whether it's singles, other palettes I have. Truly, like these special shades, I think I have even Gigabyte, which I think is really fun. I feel like I definitely have something that would be very, very close to that in my collection. Surprisingly, I think my favorite thing in here was that deep shade, because it's such a beautiful, like, I'm telling you, Pat McGrath mattes are really what get me more. Like, if you could get a matte Pat McGrath palette for like a slightly lower price than the one with all the sparklies, I would probably go for it at some point. On a sale, of course. I don't see myself ever buying a Mothership at full price or even close to full price. It's just not me. It's just not me because, again, while I love pulling this out, I think I will definitely get some great use of this palette. There's nothing in here that I'm like, wow, I've never seen that before. Now, I get that this is one of the older Motherships, so maybe for its time it seemed revolutionary. And if you know me, you know that I've really like taken a bit of a deeper dive into indie makeup, especially eyeshadow singles, and I just feel like I could dupe all of this out in my collection. So I'm glad that I got it. I'm glad that I got it at a steep discount as well. So you'll have to let me know, did you enjoy seeing this day to night style video? Is that what you'd like me to do with the Mothership 2? Do you want me to do 2 separate looks? I can totally do that. I just knew today I did not want to leave the house with like one eyeball done differently, or have to try to like wash everything off and put it back on it again today. That just wasn't a reality. And to be honest, I think this is a reality. I think this is something that I would definitely do, is be like, oh, I need a touch up. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a like. It really does help me out here on my channel and lets me know that more lovers of makeup should be stopping on in and becoming part of our fam here. And I will also have my Midnight Sun palette video linked down below if you want to see what I created with that palette as well. That's going to be it for today, lovelies. I'll see you really soon.